Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel.
First question to Mackenzie Gray, Global News.
Hi, Mr. Trudeau. How can you say your party's united after numerous MPs told you to your face yesterday that you should quit?
Listen, the Liberal Party has always had robust discussions about the best ways to tackle the issues that are facing Canadians. We are united in our desire to prevent Pierre Poilievre from cutting the programs and services that Canadians are facing. We're going to continue to have great discussions about how I can best lead the Liberal Party forward with measures that will counter the growing misinformation and disinformation that Mr. Poilievre is putting forward around Canadians. We're focused on winning the next election, and we've got a great team around us to do it. Okay. Nous avons toujours eu, en tant que parti, des discussions robustes sur la meilleure façon d'avancer. Nous allons continuer de les avoir avec moi en tant que chef. Nous allons s'assurer de mettre toutes les mesures en place pour pouvoir battre Pierre Poilievre et l'empêcher de couper dans les programmes et services dont les Canadiens ont besoin. Et on va rester ancré dans les choses qui préoccupent le plus les Canadiens, comme on démontre aujourd'hui avec nos annonces sur l'immigration.
Next question.
I have given you a deadline. So are you planning on staying as Prime Minister past October 28th?
Yes. Oui.
C'est clair. Okay. In this situation, we've heard that you've been listening, you've been reflecting, you listened in the caucus to the dissent that people voiced yesterday. At what point do you shift from listening, if this continues and the dissent continues and people continue calling for you to go, shift from listening to doing something? You've kicked people out of caucus before. Is that something that you're willing to do if this continues?
Unlike the Conservative Party of Canada, we have robust conversations within our ranks about the best way to move forward. I have a hard time believing that all Conservative MPs are fully supportive of having had one of their members get an all-expenses-paid trip down to Florida for an extreme right-wing anti-abortion church. I have a hard time believing that all Conservative MPs are fine with a member of their front bench dining with neo-Nazis over the past years. I have a really hard time believing that all Conservative members are perfectly fine with their leader politicizing issues around national security, but refusing to get a security clearance to be able to actually deal with foreign interference. In the Liberal Party, we talk amongst ourselves. We share our perspectives. We're open about our united desire to make sure that Pierre Poilievre doesn't get the chance to cut the programs and services that Canadians are relying on in this time of affordability crises. So yeah, we're going to continue to have great conversations about what is the best way to take on Pierre Poilievre in the next election, but that'll happen with me as leader going into the next election. I think one of the things that has ensured that Canadians have and continue to have confidence in our immigration system is that we have a robust, responsible immigration system that is also flexible. There have been many times over the past years and decades that Canada has adjusted its approach on immigration. Just think about the pandemic, for example, where we stopped immigration. We closed our borders for a long stretch in order to keep Canadians safe, to respond to the crisis we were going through at that moment. What that meant was once the pandemic closures were done, we had significant labor shortages. We needed to get our economy rolling again. We listened to business, we listened to colleges and universities, and we boosted the number of people coming into this country. That was a response to the COVID slowdown and shutdowns. But now our economy is in a different place. We've seen massive population growth over the past years, particularly in the area of temporary workers and temporary residents. And we are now saying, okay, we need to let our communities, our infrastructures catch up to the population. And that's why we're pausing population growth by reducing immigration numbers for the next 2 years so we can get back pragmatically to a place where Canada can once again grow the way we all know we're going to need to in the coming decades. But getting things back to a responsible level is something that a responsible government does. It's certainly something we did lots of times during COVID when we put forward a measure and realized, okay, a few weeks later, a few months later, we needed to adjust it or end it or shift it. This is still echoes of a pandemic that continues to have impacts on what we're doing.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel.